Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem, and please try to respect the separation between church and state.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for the reminder. Please proceed.
May I explain my vote?
Please.
I do not know where to begin, frankly, because the arguments, fallacious arguments that were made against this bill are almost as numerous as the number of pronouns that the woke crowd has been able to invent for people. This bill ultimately is about child safety and parental rights. So let me begin with the issue of child safety. Numerous times, the opponents of this bill referenced by letter or their own comments that students who are transgender, students who are confused about their gender, right, suffer depression and sometimes suicidal thoughts. So I think it's dangerous to a child to purposely hide that information from the parents of that child. The parents need to know if their child is in emotional and psychological turmoil to the point where they could be suicidal in some cases, so that the parents can support that child, and so that the parents can perhaps get professional help for that child to prevent the suicide. And when teachers and other school staff hide that fact from the parents, they are depriving that student of the psychiatric care that could save that child's life. It is not the job of schools to hide that information from parents. It is not the job of schools to participate in the transitioning of that child by calling the child by a different pronoun, which, by the way, may be contrary to the professional medical advice that that child's psychiatrist or psychologist gave to the parents and that child. So the school may actually be contrary to the medical help and advice that they're giving, thereby further endangering that student. Parents have a right to know, and I cannot believe that not only do people who are voting against this bill want to hide that fact from parents, vital information about their child, I cannot believe that you want to also jeopardize the child's safety in that matter. This bill is also about, well, I said child safety, I said parents' rights. Let me comment on a few of the statements that were made that I found kind of strange. The senator from District 4 said that these kids are simply trying to navigate through adolescence. Navigate through adolescence when they have a condition which even the people who oppose this bill say causes depression and suicide? It's not just navigating through adolescence when you're dealing with something which could be life-threatening. It's not simply that. It's more important than that. I also found that a number of the letters were from parents who support their children. Well, if the parents support their children, they'd write the letter and their children wouldn't be deprived of being called this. So that's another highly questionable argument. The senator from District 12 said, there's really no difference between the names Billy and Bill is no different than other names, no different than Robert and Audrey. That's totally being blind to the seriousness of the situation. The senator from District 8, I probably should have called a Rule 9, but I didn't because that's never worked in the past in correcting his behavior, had the audacity to claim that I'm running this bill to score points for myself and thereby endangering children. Pretty cynical view of another member of this chamber. Finally, I'm not going to close with my pronouns, because that's totally irrelevant to this argument. But I will close with the nouns that I am pro. I am pro safety, student safety. I don't want these kids' condition being hidden from the parents who can support them and help them. So I am pro safety, and I am also pro rights. Parents have a right to know about potentially serious conditions that their children have, and schools should not be keeping them blind of that. And with that, I vote yes.